This is Jordan Philbeck.
And Mandy Tomasi.
And we couldn't be more excited for you to join us for the Girls Off the Grid podcast show.
We realized there's a lot of women out there, just like we were, just existing. So we discovered how to laugh through the tough seasons of life and begin to live life on our terms.
And that is what living off the grid is all about.
Our podcast was built so you can have a girlfriend by your side as you navigate through this crazy thing called life. It's real talk, it's girl talk.
Absolutely. Let's talk life, love, and all the things that make us human. Let's do life off the grid.
Good morning, you guys. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday.
I'm Jordan Philbeck.
And I'm Mandy Tomasi, and welcome to your Tuesday's Girls Off the Grid podcast.
Health check-in today.
Today's health check-in.
How you doing? We're holding up.
I know. Should I say, is it a mental health check-in or is it emotional? I mean, mental, physical?
All the above.
All the above. Oh my goodness. Well, the reason why we felt this topic would be so important, especially right now, is because, well, several different things. Jordan just got back from the doctor, and I just got back from the doctor.
I mean, what's going on? Something in the water.
It must be. Well, okay, let me start with mine.
We'll start with you.
Okay, so we'll start with me. Actually, yesterday was my second shot of the vaccination. I did the Moderna.
Okay.
And kind of feeling of how, like, what does it feel like right now for me right now?
Wait, did you choose Moderna or was it not a choice?
It wasn't a choice.
Okay.
It was actually, it was the only one that's available right now. But I do know there's the Johnson & Johnson that's coming that's just the one single shot.
I've heard that too.
Yes.
I haven't done the shot yet.
No, and I heard people are waiting for that one because it is just the one shot.
Okay.
Okay. And I think for me, the reason why there were so many kind of variables of why I chose.
I'm just laughing because Mandy and I are, we've been unsure of this.
Very unsure.
And it's a funny topic to me because I've been pressured a little bit lately.
I know.
Not by you, just
Right.
in general. So I'm laughing because of how I'm so unsure feeling on it. So keep going.
Well, I have to agree with you on this because I've never had the flu shot. I'm 43 years old and I've never had the flu shot, but I've never had the flu.
And what's your reason for not doing the flu shot?
Oh gosh, I think there's a variety of things. One, I feel I'm allergic to literally everything.
Okay. That's why I thought you'd be scared of this one too.
I am. And I think that's why I wasn't going to. It was to me, it was just, it was almost a no, but just because of how worried I've been about just like kind of like the flu shot and with everything. Yeah. But when I'm, as you all may know, that I'm Native American, I'm Choctaw. And when Choctaw Nation called and said, hello, you are a great candidate, eligible. Why don't you come down and you can do the shot? So my mother and I went, and it was weird. It's like, for some reason, because my tribe offered it, it just, everything kind of went out the window. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go. It's kind of like one of those things.
Kind of like they want everybody to do this.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do it.
That you're taking care of your people. And I always want to do what the tribe wants to do. And feeling really proud being Choctaw. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go. And then as I was driving, I'm like, wait,
do I really want this?
What just happened?
What's happening?
How did I just say I never wanted to do? And that was one of the questions actually before you get the shot is, have you had the flu shot?
Okay.
And now what I'm hearing is that you can't get the flu shot until you've had your COVID shot.
You can't. Oh.
I know.
Oh.
Well, that's what it was at the tribe.
Okay.
So I overheard that and I thought, okay. So I had the first shot, and for someone like myself, I didn't have any reaction, but I've never had COVID, and I haven't had the flu in maybe 20 years. So I don't know what it would feel like to really be sick. So when I had the shot, it was just a little tender, but I didn't have a headache, no dizziness. I had no
I've heard that.
reactions.
I've heard people getting the symptoms really quick off the first one.
Okay.
And that's my fear with it. Is having reaction.
Right.
I don't know. I think in my mind I'm putting something in my body and I have no idea how I'm going to react. So that scares me a lot.
I'm completely, yes. And I think that's where the second shot, you keep hearing all these stories and people are like, well, the second shot's way worse. And I'm like, well, okay, well, the first shot wasn't so bad. But again, my reaction was very different even from my mom's.
Did you kind of pull away when they were coming after the shot? Like, oh, here we come, here we come, here we come, here we come.
Well, quite honest, it's funny, I would have, but it was like all my cousins were there. Yeah. And everyone's just kind of laughing, talking, and I'm just like, oh gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this right now.
Let's do this.
Oh my gosh. And after they're like, well, you're done. I was like, oh, okay.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. But the second one, so I'm now, what time is it? So I guess I'm 24 hours in.
Okay. So you're doing well.
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I've been taking Tylenol, so
Okay.
it's a little, again, tender, but it's interesting. I'm feeling more nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is. I don't know.
We may need to reconvene here in 24 hours and see if you're really still feeling okay.
Yeah,
I'm worried about you.
Seriously.
Oh, God.
I know. I walked in the room. I was trying to get ready. And Jordan walks in and just looks at me. She's like, I'm like, girl,
She wasn't 100% herself.
girl, I'm not. This isn't. We're not doing well right now. We're not doing well. We're like, get it together. We got to go live.
Look alive.
Look alive. So of course you just do my hair, throw in some makeup. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling better. Fake it till you make it.
But then your mom.
Yes. So now my mom has an incredible fever. She's up to 103 something. And she's having the shakes and the shivers, and she is curled up in bed.
But they did say you could have that reaction.
Yes.
That could potentially happen.
Correct. And in fact, that's what's been happening to more people than my reaction.
Okay. More people are feeling the effects. That's what scares me.
I know. Because I don't have any time to be down.
Right. Oh, I know.
Neither one of us.
Well, I
Like-
think okay, what day would I pick that on if I had to pick? And that's so. I know that's
Yes.
kind
No.
Yeah.
I know.
It's hard as a mom.
It is hard as a mom. I like I said, we were never sick.
Right.
So it's like, I'm going to actively
Choose to
get
That's
sick. Like,
I know, and
like,
put
it's-
something in my body. I feel I don't know how to react. I don't know how I feel about putting something in me that I don't understand because I haven't researched it. So that's just the part of me that likes to know what's going on.
yes.
You know, and then I look and I'm like, what? My kids can't get it. And I just get concerned because, you know, why do I get it before my kids kind of thing? You know, that's just a mom in me. Like, I want them protected before I protect myself. And I know I get the stats that kids aren't as susceptible as adults. And
Yes.
so I don't know. Just
And the recovery is so much better than ours. I mean, the older that you
Right.
get, the recovery time and how it just depletes your body of everything.
Right.
It's so much more difficult.
I know.
I know.
But before long, like you said, travel may require it. So
Right.
we may have no choice.
I know.
So, but if I was just like we vaccinated all of our kids.
Yeah.
So I understand that it's no different than taking your vaccines. And it probably will eventually be part of that. So I just need to come to.
I know. So now she's getting the pressure because she's being offered the vaccination.
I know.
She's like, wait a minute, I wasn't ready for this. I didn't know I was supposed to be thinking about
This
this.
is for
Right.
older people.
Yeah.
You're supposed to ask me yet. Not yet.
Speaking of that,
Oh.
oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so here was another kind of like aha moment for both Jordan and I think today.
Yeah.
Because, should we say why?
Yes, you can right ahead.
You want me to? Okay, so for me, I guess it was on my 37th birthday, I started to feel different. And my body as a woman started to really change. And it was just like, and then everyone was telling me, oh, it's just because you're getting older, it's hormones. I'm like,
Don't put me in that category. Don't you do
That
it.
is not true.
That
I'm
is
not getting old.
Do you see how healthy I am?
I know.
Don't put me in that category. I don't want to click that box.
No. I eat right, I drink my water, I work out every day, I'm incredibly active. I'm not that type.
My mind is still 20.
Yes.
We're all good. Don't put me in the 37 to 45 category.
It's the next box.
It's the next box. Don't put me there.
The next box is the one, and sadly, my next box is coming up soon too. I know.
God help us.
I know. So with that one, it was very different because everything really started to change inside, and I didn't understand what was going on. And then kind of going to the doctor and figuring things out, I realized, are we really going there?
Yeah.
Really?
We are. This is real. This is
real.
These are the things that make us normal humans. We are.
That is true.
We
That
are
is
women.
true. We
So,
are.
If you're not a woman right now, you may want to exit the exit.
Probably true. Probably true. Well, it was on my 37th birthday. I started having a lot of kind of female issues, and my body started to change. And from a time where I felt like working out, I started to get more of like a stomach, like it just started to
A little bloated feeling.
And nothing I would do was helping. I mean, whether I was drinking more water, I thought I was doing a great diet, I was still doing the same activity. And I thought, why is my body changing like this? And so 2 things I started to do. First, I went to the doctor and started noticing, I wanted to try something different. And I always hear about this gluten-free, let's try gluten-free. I didn't really know what that meant. And I didn't feel I had an allergy because, you know, I'm Italian and I'm Native American. I eat pasta, bread, banaha, fry bread. I mean, I'm a carb girl. That's my middle name. It should be Mandy Carbs. Mandy Carb
Mandy
Tomasi.
Carb Tomasi.
Mandy without carbs. This is very sad Mandy.
I know.
So I'm like, what is this even supposed to mean? So I tried it just on my own accord for 1 week. I took away all gluten just to see, because everyone keeps talking about this gluten-free thing. And I have to say, my entire body changed. I wasn't feeling lethargic anymore.
Right.
The bloating went down. The puffiness of my stomach completely went away. My joints, I wasn't having all the
I feel like
pressure.
puffiness in the face.
Yes.
Anytime I eat gluten, I feel like the next day my eyes are swollen.
Ooh, yeah.
My fingers are swollen. It's almost like salt does to some people.
Yes.
Like that's how I feel.
Yes.
So, sorry.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it was. And I started noticing just from that for a week. And it was after 7 days, I thought, okay, I feel really great. So I grabbed one of our favorite protein bars and I ate it. And then when all of a sudden, it like everything came back. My stomach, this was
Distended.
the
I
one
always
that
feel like it distends from something. And it's not like you're full. It's a reaction. It's inflammation.
And that's what I noticed, is that when I didn't eat gluten, I was eating dinner. I remember I was eating dinner and I was like actually consciously aware.
Yeah.
And I stopped. I was like, well, I'm kind of finished eating, but I wasn't full. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I'm so used to like having a couple bites and just feeling so full. I'm like, I can't even really eat anymore because I'm too full. But I was like eating like greens and doing other things. I'm like, but I'm tired of eating because I'm still not full.
Right.
So I finished my food and I got around and I'm like, I don't have to go take a nap.
Right.
You
just feel better.
Yes.
I don't feel the lethargy. I don't feel the bloat. I don't feel, honestly, it's like a distended stomach. You know, if it's that time of the month.
Yes.
It's that feeling.
Exactly.
I totally
That's the feeling.
hear you.
That's the feeling. It's the feeling of that time of the month for sure.
Yes. So, okay, keep going. You sharing anymore?
I
My
mean,
turn.
I know. No, it's totally your turn now. But that's kind of how it was. And then I started noticing when I just had that bar, it all came back. And I thought, man, I loved life the 7 days prior to that bar. And I really love that life so much. I want to try to adapt that to be my everyday. And since I've gone gluten-free, everything has completely changed. My skin, my feeling, how I eat.
It plays into your emotions too.
Yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, because now I feel like I look cute and everything.
Yes.
You know?
You feel proud of yourself.
Yes.
You feel less bloated. And I did a blood test. This is how I knew that I had I should watch my gluten intake. They didn't say gluten allergy, but inflammation was a high marker on mine years ago. And the doctor suggested taking out gluten because all of that causes inflammation within. And I had high inflammation markers. So I was like, well, that's an easy fix because you can still have carbs. Yeah. You can still have pretty much everything. I mean, it's just eating a little bit, just kind of like raising the bar just a little bit.
Yes.
And watching, just being careful.
I gotta tell you one, but one amazing gluten-free find, you guys. If you ever go,
We love these.
I do. If you ever go to Trader Joe's.
Yes. Oh, I love
Okay.
Trader.
Go to Trader Joe's and there's a whole gluten-free section of the bread section. Well, there's this tortilla, okay? It's the quinoa tortilla. And I gotta tell you guys, this is how magical this quinoa tortilla is. You know, like whenever you eat like a taco or like you're making your own little tacos before, whenever you put a little butter and salsa and whatever, you like eating your flour tortillas. And the flour is like, you can like bite into it and you have like chewy.
Yes.
It feels like, yes, I'm eating a soft taco.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know that feeling?
I do.
Because you know what happens when you eat the corn tortilla?
It's a little tougher to pull
Girl,
apart.
it's
not so. It breaks.
Cracks, it breaks. It's dry. You are just dry, and no one wants a dry taco.
So you found the fix.
I found the fix. So this quinoa tortilla, it has that chew. And I was like, this is amazing.
You know what's similar to that is like a cauliflower pizza. It has the right consistency. Versus not.
Oh my.
You know, like that feeling. The little wraps I get from Whole Foods.
Oh my god.
The little cauliflower pizza. They're sandwich cauliflower thins from Whole Foods.
I need to see where this is.
They're amazing.
Okay, well good. Yes. Cauliflower sandwich thins.
Sandwich thins.
Sandwich thins.
And then yours is
mine's
quinoa,
the
quinoa,
Trader Joe's tortilla.
See, so good.
So good. Oh my gosh. Now I just took it the other day and I felt like I was back when I was in high school when I would, you know, when you go with your friends to the local Mexican restaurant and you would get like the Dr. Pepper and then
and you dip your stuff in queso.
Yes. Unlimited chips and you'd sit there for hours because you know what I'm saying? So I would do
Yes, I'm married to Tim. He eats about 4 baskets before we even eat our meal. Yes. Kids are always full by the time the food gets there.
Oh, isn't that the worst?
I know. But they're so happy.
Oh my goodness, it makes me, I know. So that's what I would do. So I took that quinoa, I put the butter in it, I rolled it up, put it in the microwave, and I was eating. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Life is good.
Life is good. Life is
small
real
things
good.
in life.
It is. You gotta find the small things.
Small things. All we need are those small wins.
Small wins and appreciation.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, so my story?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Okay.
Okay, we'll have to continue this another time, but I'm going through the same steps. So, hit this age where I need to take care of my body, and I've been having a little issue little female issue going on.
Well, and I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because I was at your very moment, at your age, right where you are. I've been through there, so I know.
Okay.
I know.
So it's like that extended time of the month is what I've been going through.
Yum.
Keep it vague. Extended time of the month. So I went into to see my doctor yesterday, and the whole talk about needing the hysterectomy has been brought to the table, and we tested all my hormones. So I do recommend going in and doing the full blood work, doing your what do you call it? Ultrasound.
Yes.
And what's really cool is I'm starting to see the graph, and they have a medical app, and you can look at everything. It's just great to have that log of information.
Sure. If anything, a great baseline.
I can see where things have trended. Most of my results have come back in the normal range, including my hormones. So I think the hysterectomy aspect is if any inflammation of my uterus lining, or I've had 3 kids, so everything has pulled back to the normal range, which after 3 or 4 kids, normally that does it. You're more apt to have something done with your uterus.
Really?
At an earlier age. That's what I learned yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So more kids you have, the drooping of your uterus, the time for bleeding, lots of those, more cysts. It's crazy though, because I feel like most women I know deal with cysts.
That's what happened to me. It was either an IUD or a hysterectomy.
Yes. So we're looking at birth control option. We'll see about the hysterectomy after all the results come back. But it's just crazy. You hit this age, and my kids are still young. I still feel like it could have me another baby. Technically could, but you're in this new phase, this new box you've got to check, and you just really have to take care of yourself in a different way. It's kind of like trends of jeans that are cool and not cool at times. You adapt. It's like, okay, I got to adapt to this new age, and it's a little bit scary and a little sad to me. I have to kind of get through that.
It was the hardest, I will say. It was the hardest year.
Yeah.
And yes, it was very difficult because it was such an emotional trick on myself. I'm like, wait, but I still see myself as that 21-year-old or that 25-year-old or just having like Sophie. Like, no, I still want to have more children. Like, what does this mean? And I could just feel like this window was closing in. I'm like, I'm still young, and why is this happening? I mean, it was a good year of a very difficult, just with me battling myself.
Right. And that's where I'm at. Is I want to take care of myself. I want to know as much as I can know. But yesterday's 3 hours of testing was it exhausted me. I don't like I know I take care of myself, but it's like they can always find something.
Right.
But you don't want to live in fear. I don't want to live thinking the worst. So this morning I went for a run. I got in prayer, and I was like, whatever it is, whatever's going on, whatever the next step is for my life, I trust you, and I will get through this. But it's so daunting when it comes down to yourself, when you're going through a change, even if it's just age, different things come at that. I was talking to my sister this morning, and she goes, well, we are getting a little older. And I'm like, listen,
okay,
I don't want you to say that to me, okay?
Okay, we take
care of ourselves.
We
are not there yet. But wherever you're at, we do suggest that you really, embrace that age and the change it brings. Go get tests done and give yourself the graph, the baseline, make sure you're taking all the right vitamins. I did learn a couple new vitamins I need to take.
Okay.
So that's helpful,
good.
and making sure those are in my diet.
Yes.
So
I think it's important. I think if anything, especially knowing if your body feels off even a little bit, it's always great just to get everything kind of monitored, see what's going on, so you're aware, and especially catching it something like this, you catch it and you can make your adjustments.
Yes, absolutely. Catch it early.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's
make your adjustments and pivot.
Pivot. We talk about pivoting a lot.
We do.
Whoa, that doesn't look so good. Let's go this way. You gotta be flexible in life.
That is so. Yes, which is gonna be very difficult for type A people.
Oh, it can. That would be me. Did you say type A? Yes, that whole. Wait a minute, are you talking about me? health check today.
This is your health check
Take
podcast.
care of yourself.
Yes, you
Yes.
guys. And don't worry, and if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us and let us, and we can share with you what we chose to do and, figuring something out. I mean, everything's just kind of like with balls in the air all the time. You're like, I don't know, maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. And
That's life. But keep your mindset strong.
That's
you
true.
know, you got to keep the mind right, and you can handle whatever hurdles come your way for sure. Which, speaking of,
yes,
we started our small group coaching, which
We did.
huge success. Huge. We feel
Yes.
so excited. We started that this month, and we're going to be continuing that.
Yes, and if you're interested in that, you can go to our website, www.otgwarrior.com, and then you have your options there.
Yes.
Which is so fun. So that's been so great because we've had our Zooms
Yes.
with all of these amazing women and spending quality time with them and just
Yes.
kind of understanding what their needs are and really helping them progress and look at this month with strength and awareness and be the warrior they truly are.
Yes, and to level up.
Mm-hmm.
In life, we've always got to level up.
That's true.
Don't get complacent. Okay, check us out there. We're also at the OTG Life on Instagram. We'd love for you to follow us. Check us out, and we'll see you guys next week.
We sure will.
Okay, love you guys.
Love you
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.